All right. So, I just want to talk to you all about some business stuff and motivation for it and help you to understand what it takes to just push yourself to reach your accomplishments or your goals or whatever it is with your business that you want to start or that you have that you want to expand or do better with, or just the mindset itself. So, this is not going to be a short video. It's going to be a long video, but it's going to be worth it. So let's just go ahead and talk about some things here. So it doesn't matter what kind of business that you want to start. It doesn't matter what kind of business that you have. It just matters about the mindset that you have. Okay. It's very important that you keep focused on what's going to drive you, and the best thing that's going to drive you is your mindset. And then mindset is going to be doing so many different things. So it's the toolbox, and there's going to be so many tools inside of it. Where we're talking about video, let's see, just a little tongue tied here. Anyway, so it's going to have tools of keeping a schedule, um, dictating different tasks. If you have to put tasks onto somebody else, if you don't have anybody else to put those onto, then you have to be able to dictate your tasks yourself. So that still comes into play, you know. So to keep motivated is the most important thing. Okay, so visualization, vision boards, stuff that's going to keep your mind going towards the task that you want to have done. Okay, so I do visualization stuff, obviously, with the poster here, with the print here, print up there. I have another print over here with the shirt that I wear, just to keep myself motivated, right? So these are just some. I also have a vision board over here with business goals. I have a vision board in my bedroom right by the door. So every time I walk by that door, I see what goals and everything that I want to accomplish right there on that board. It's very important to see those things, and then also to write them out and put thought into them on a regular basis, because nobody else is going to push you like you're going to push yourself. And if you push yourself in ways like this, it's going to actually be something that's going to help you. For lack of better terms, I'm not educated, or as we say, edumacated. But anyway, so I have multiple businesses. I have a construction business. I have multiple online businesses as far as that goes. YouTube channels, because hey, YouTube is a business, so why not take advantage of that as well? So you have to think about all kinds of different ways that you can generate income, right? So it doesn't have to be a brick and mortar business. And nowadays, with how everything's going on in 2020, it's brick and mortar is kind of difficult, and it may be for a year. Who knows? But anyways, there's still other opportunities for you to take advantage of starting your own business and starting a way that you're going to be able to supply yourself with financial needs and financial means. Okay. All right. So very important. Get a piece of paper or get something, whatever. Open up a note app or whatever it is. Make a note of different businesses that you have in mind. Do a little bit of homework on each one. Okay. Find out what it takes to start one. There's Google's awesome, where you can find all kinds of information, right? YouTube videos to actually be able to see how you can progress in that niche or that line of business. All right. So nobody's going to do anything for you. You have to take that into mind right now and keep that in your mind. Nobody is going to do anything for you. Okay. When was the last time that you just sat around and somebody brought something to you and said, "Here you go. It's going to make you tons of money, and it's just yours, and nothing's expected"? I'm thinking that you're pretty much thinking,
Nope.
"That's right. Nope. Nobody's ever done that for me." And that's all right because it builds character in yourself. All right. It's very important to understand that we are in charge of making everything happen for ourselves. It really doesn't matter what it is. Everything is possible with the right willpower, the right mindset, and work ethic. All right. So, pretty much all of that is trainable. And a lot of people think that it may not be, but it is. All right. So, I used to train MMA fighters for 15 plus years. I would get phenomenal athletes that come in and they can move around. They look good, they look the part. All right. A lot of them didn't have the mindset. A lot of them didn't want to take the time to learn the mindset. So they didn't succeed. And it is what it is. But if you have the willingness to teach yourself and to learn every little bit of knowledge that you can to implement your goals and your plans, that way you can achieve everything, then you will be highly successful. I didn't have a good support system growing up. I actually had quite the opposite. When I was going around and trying to do things, I always can hear that I can't achieve this. Actually, it was, "You can't achieve this. You aren't going to make anything of yourself. You're wasting your time." You got to let that go out in one ear and out the other. Those words don't mean anything. That is a reflection of that person that's saying that to you. Don't let them dictate what you're going to do. You can do anything. You have to keep that here. Mindset. Mindset. So back to the fighting thing, right? Okay. We could take these guys that were average Joes, and they would come in off the street and they just wanted to maybe work out. But if they hung out long enough and they stayed consistent, they became some of the toughest people in the room because they were there. They put in the effort. They had an open mind about being able to do things that they thought beforehand that they couldn't. This is a very important thing, and it's true. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Let's say that again. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So it doesn't matter how gifted of an athlete or how gifted of a mental see, I'm not educated, mental edge that some people think they might have, or that they were handed down in a way. If they're not willing to work and put in the effort, that talent is wasted. There's a reason why when you go from high school sports to college sports to professional sports, the numbers get smaller. It is because it takes more work to get to that next level. It takes even more work to get to the top level. There's so many people that had gifts and they were good at this level. But they didn't put in enough work and effort to get to the next level. And those that did get to that next level, because they were still even more talented than the level down here, they couldn't make it to that top level because they didn't put in the work. There's several professional athletes that just are not as talented naturally. That knew that they had to put in the work to be at that level. And they did, and that's why they're there. Then you have the ones that are even up above to where they're the best at that level. And there's a reason. Because they put even more work in and more effort. And they had something that drove them inside of them that made them the best they were. They hated to fail. Even though it happens to everybody. A lot. But they hated it so much that they were going to push even harder to make sure that it didn't happen again. Again. So that's what you got to take into things, all right? So you got to take that mindset that you're not going to let anything hold you back from getting what you want to succeed done. There's only one person that can hold you back. And that's you. Don't let anything hold you back. You have to get your mentals, your mindset in line and hate the fact that you're not accomplishing what you have in mind done yet. It has to piss you off. You have to be so aggravated with it, so mad, so tired of it, that you do what's needed to get done. This is something that's just, you can't read it in a book at a school. This is something that you learn through your path, through your walk, through your journey. The sooner that you accept the fact that you hate failure, that you hate not accomplishing goals, that's the sooner that you're going to start accomplishing everything that you want done. And do understand that you are going to fail many times. I've failed many times, and I will continue to fail many times. But I will not stop. And you can't stop. You can't allow it to hold you back from what you want to get done. This is the most important part of it, is the mindset. Have to linger on it for a little while because it's got to sink in. You can hear all the fluffy and nice and goody stuff all you want, But the truth is that simple. It's the mindset. You have to do this yourself. You have to build yourself into that person. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody can just magically wave a wand and just make you into that person. It takes work, it takes drive, it takes effort. But you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's free. That's the best part. You get all these motivational gurus that want to charge you tens of thousands of dollars. And it's going to be the same thing once you get that mindset going. And you understand about your mindset, the world is your oyster. You can do anything that you want. It is that simple. But it's so difficult because it takes effort. A lot of people don't want to put effort in. They just want something now. They want to be bank president right now and not know anything about what goes on. Start setting goals for yourself. Write them down. Put yourself together a vision board. Put together some kind of schedule for yourself. Even if it's mundane things, just to start with. That way you're building. Okay, you got to build a foundation. I don't know. You could start out with making your bed every morning. Pretty easy. You start out with actually waking up on a certain time every morning. Even better would be to wake up, make your bed, work out. Because then you're involving your mentals and your functionals together. And you're building that mindset. Sticking to some kind of schedule has got to be happening. You got to teach yourself that. That way that you don't just kind of do something when you feel like it. You have to do something at a certain time. That way there's structure. It can't be too easy for yourself. It's not going to be easy for yourself. You have to push yourself. It's got to be something that comes from you, that's built by you. But the best part, when you look back, you'll know that you did it all. You put the work in to build yourself, to build whatever business, whatever goals there are. You did it. That's something that you can't even imagine how good that makes somebody feels. To know that they actually put the effort in and they made it happen. They didn't have it handed to them. They didn't have somebody say, "Here's $1 million. Do a little bit of something with it." No. You did it. And you can do it. Build your mindset that you can accomplish anything. Build your mindset that you stay on it relentlessly, religiously. and you will accomplish it. Whatever it is that you want done in life, you can do it. It's not just something that I'm saying just to say it. It's the truth. Everything that I've done in my life, I've done for myself. I don't have anybody hand me anything. And I appreciate myself. And I appreciate all the hard work that it took to get whatever I wanted. And I appreciate the fact knowing that I can accomplish much bigger goals that I'm working towards. Because I know I have the mindset to accomplish anything. If it's been done by somebody else before in the past, it can be done by anybody. If there's something out there that hasn't been accomplished by somebody yet, people can still accomplish it with the right effort and the work ethic and the mindset. There was a first for everything, but there's been a many of those same things over time. So nothing is out of grasp. Nothing's too far out of reach if you're willing to put in the effort, stick to the work ethic, and have your mindset. Schedules. As I said, set something to do in the mornings. Set something to do during first chances during the day. If you have a regular job, then something that you can schedule during the day. And of course, schedule something for once you're off work and you're at home. That way you can start building those foundations. One thing that I did enjoy about teaching people mixed martial arts for so long is seeing the self-confidence build in them. They come in, they were meek, timid, unsure of themselves, maybe embarrassed. And once they put the time in for long enough, consistently enough, you could see them change. And that was the best part. To watch them grow and expand. To see that confidence being installed into them. And it was all thanks to them. Regardless, I was going to show up no matter what. So it wasn't nothing to do with me. It was them. They put in the time. They put in the effort. They put in the work. They stayed consistent. I seen multiple guys go in that could have been in events like the UFC. They were talented, somewhat tough, but not tough enough, and didn't have enough work ethic to push themselves to get to the next level. Seen a lot. And they did okay locally. To a point. But when things got a little bit harder, a little bit tougher, took a little bit more to push themselves, well, it didn't work out in their favor because they didn't do so. After a while, it's just a mentality. It's the mindset. So when you put the time in and you're staying consistent, even if you're not in the 100% greatest shape or what you would think of as being ready as far as putting a camp in, then with enough consistency and just being there, then you can just take on a match or a fight or whatever the situation is. It's just something that you do. But you put in the work consistently. It might not be a specialized for a certain amount of weeks, but it still leaps and bounds against the for a lazy person that thinks they're talented enough, but they're not. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Staying on that trend of mine, back in 2008, I was going to New Mexico to corner a friend and during his fight. So I was going to go there, and I ended up talking to the promoter, getting a little information and all that stuff. Well, I don't even think it was a week later that their main event fell out, well, half of it, and they needed somebody to go against their hometown guy. Well, I was going there already. First, I wanted to know how much they were willing to pay. So what, I'm going there anyways. I want some extra money if I'm going to have to beat somebody up. It was enough because I was going anyways. Next question was, what was the weight? Well, it happened to be roughly 37 pounds lighter than I was 2 weeks before the fight. I said, okay. Back then was before I was doing a little bit of research to actually how to lose weight properly and not just pretty much starve yourself and sweat out what little bit you have at the end. So I did the old school method of not eating very much, very little. We had these old nasty power bar things, right? They were like that thick. And they were about yay big. And I would nibble upon that thing. I wouldn't even eat one bar throughout the day. Pretty much just starved myself for until the time I got there, and then once I made weight afterwards, I did a horrible thing as well. Anyways, I went there. On my way there, the cups off of the lid off of a little bottle of water. That's all I was sipping because I was starting to cut water weight, and I didn't want to take much water in. I got there, and it turned out to where the hotel room in the bathroom had heat lamps, like a heat bulb inside. Weird. very helpful as far as that goes for me, because what I did was I went in there and turned that hot light on, and also turned the shower with the steam all the way up. I dressed in several layers of clothing, went inside, and pretty much just moved around in the bathroom for, I don't know, probably half hour, 45 minutes at a time. Come back out, check my weight, and seen if I had to get closer to weight. Do that until I got back to the weight that I needed to. I made the weight. And as soon as I got back to the hotel room, after making weight, which is just down pretty much in the courtyard because they didn't even have a lobby, we got a phone call from the other people trying to say if they could miss weight by a couple of pounds. Nope. So they were forced to make weight. Me and my friend that he was also fighting that night, right? Because that's why I went there in the first place. And a couple other friends that went with us. We went to TGI Fridays. And I ordered pretty much one of everything on the menu. This is where putting on the weight afterwards was a horrible way. When you eat too much, all your digestional tract and everything pretty much seizes up the fact that it's not going to allow you to reabsorb water and the nutrients in the proper way. So it kind of pretty much just puts a wall up. So yes, my gorged belly felt like I had a lot of food and nutrients inside, but it wasn't going to be able to be used. Anyways, I made weight. Next night, we fought. Under 3 minutes, I broke his leg in 2 places, and I won. My friend won his fight beforehand. We were victorious. The only reason I say all this was because of mindset. It's nothing to brag about because, whatever, it wasn't like some big stage show anyways. It was just in front of a bodunk town. But it was a mindset. I knew that I could, one way or the other, make weight. And I knew one way or the other, I'd win that fight. Mindset. No training camp. 2 weeks to drop pretty much 37 pounds. And drive myself there too. I had 2 friends ride with me, but I drove myself. That's just how it was. I wanted to go fast as possible. I actually caught a ticket on the way there. Mindset, though. Doesn't matter what the task is. If you put your mindset in the right place, you're going to achieve whatever you want to. You may fall, but you better get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, until that goal is achieved. By all means necessary. And you can do it, whatever it is. Like I said, business, things that you want, change your lifestyle. If you want to lose weight, well, guess what? That same mindset's going to help you lose weight. If you want to add to a toolbox as far as different skills, with that mindset, you can add those tools to the toolbox. There's only one person that can stop you, and that's you. Get out of your own way. Start building yourself to where you understand that you have to push yourself out of the way for a little while until it's a learned behavior. And then it'll be autopilot. And it's just something that you do. It'll be something that's so deeply installed inside of you. It's just a way of life. Another thing, as far as training yourself to do things, because it's so true, and I can't say it enough. I wasn't the most gifted athlete. I wasn't the most gifted fighter or anything like that. I never had any kind of mental coaching or anything like that. Nobody really like a mentor. Like I said, it was quite the opposite. Let's go into another example. I could just give examples of myself, because I could say examples of this and that and Bill Gates and all this, and it's cool. But right now, I'm telling you from experiences that I've had. So, when I was doing the fighting, I wanted to train myself to hate greasy food, because greasy food didn't help me feed the machine to move forward. There was times that I had some greasy stuff. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's perfect. But for that long, how many years did I train myself to hate greasy food? It's still with me today. After I have some French fries, they've been fried at McDonald's or wherever, greasy, I feel it, and I don't feel good, because that's what I taught myself to feel mentally so many years before. I don't know if you've had them, but fry bread. People like to say Indian fry bread, right? Well, fry bread, Navajo tacos. I live in the Southwest, and they're rather yummy. But with the way that I train myself, that if I eat them, I feel horrible for weeks. They taste so good at the time, but I'm wrecked for weeks because they're greasy. And I taught myself to feel that way mentally. Anything is possible for you to train yourself to do or to undo. You have to push yourself for it. Is that something that you're willing to do? Are you willing to put the effort in? Are you willing to take the time to push yourself to reach your goals? Because they're your goals. Because it's a way that you want to be. I hope the answer is yes, that you will. I hope to see comments down below this video, even years and years and years and years down the road, that just said, I accomplished my goals. I accomplished my dreams. I built myself. Definitely getting a thumbs up from me on that. Definitely getting a comment of, good work, stick to it, set more goals, achieve it all. Take the world by the hand, in your hand, and make it happen. Because I know that it's possible for anybody. If I can do something, if somebody else has done something, anybody can do it. Nobody's magical and they can just do something that nobody else can do. You can do anything. Everything is possible. I know I've kind of stuck on this for majority of the time, and I'm probably going to stick on it for a little bit longer because it's so important. Once you understand that this is what it takes to achieve everything else, then you're off and running. And it's just going to be knocking down things. It's not even jumping over hurdles, it's running through walls, smashing things, and accomplishing everything that you want to. And I think that's the best thing that we can all get out of any kind of interaction with somebody that's also got that kind of mindset. I hope you have that kind of mindset. I hope that you can build that kind of mindset because it's just everybody can do it. Stop beating yourself up to where you're holding yourself back. You could beat yourself up some, because I do. I beat myself up some, but not enough to hold myself back. Do I think that I could do something better? Absolutely. I'm going to push myself to keep working harder to do better on that. But I'm not going to beat myself up to where I don't even try to work on it anymore. Because that does no good, to just hold yourself down. There's going to be plenty of other people that want to hold you down. Don't let them. Don't let yourself hold you back. You got to get your mindset right. I can't say this enough for long enough or anything like that. It's the absolutely most important thing there is. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. I hope it's sinking in. I hope you're understanding that you can do anything that you want to. And all you have to do is start building that foundation. It takes one brick at a time. Start putting that first brick down. Start building that foundation. That way you can do absolutely everything that you want to. Achieve every single goal that you want to. Mark everything off of your lists that you want done. One after another, after another, after another. And it's going to be endless, because you're going to put more up there to accomplish. And then you look back and you see everything that you have accomplished. That's going to be the most fulfilling thing that you ever felt in your life. To look back and see that I did all that. I did all that. You did all that. You can do it. Set that brick, and another brick, and another brick, and another brick. Build that foundation until you have a massive compound. And then keep building, expanding. I can't say it. It's so easy, but yet it's so very difficult for most people. But it's easy. It's free. It's just something that people are not going to be able to install in you, no matter how much you pay them, no matter how much you wish that it would just happen. You have to do it. Thinking things, wishing for things, it's not going to accomplish the task. You can think about things as far as what you want to have done, what you want to get done. You can visualize it and see it. Something that's in front of you that you have to see every single day is a little bit different than a dream. A dream is good, but you have to put something in front of yourself. It's like that carrot in front of a horse, in front of a mule, in front of a donkey, whatever. It's hanging there. They want to get it. It's just right there. But hopefully it keeps motivating them enough. It can. If they want it bad enough. And you got to do that for yourself. Do you want it bad enough? Do you want to accomplish everything on your list? Or what did you have in mind that you want to have done? I know that you can. Start training yourself so that you know that you can. And that you actually start doing it and putting the effort in and accomplishing goals. It'll all pile up. All the things that you got accomplished will be behind you that you can look back and reflect on. That can add to that fuel to accomplish more that's in front of you. Start setting that foundation down. Start writing something down. Start putting down visual aids that are going to get you going in the right direction. Start building that mindset and putting it to work. Don't just think you can do all that. Start doing it. Effort. You have to get up. You have to put the work in. The only way it's going to get done is if you do it. The only way that you're going to have stuff that you want in life is that you do it and that you make it happen. This is very repetitive, I know. But it's the truth. I tell myself this all the time. So it's not something that's just going to be heard once in a while, once in a blue moon. Nope. I tell myself all the time. You gotta put in that work, you lazy punk. That's what I tell myself. Nobody can do anything for you. Everybody wants to actually take something from you. Get something for nothing. But the more that I put work in towards doing what I want to accomplish, the more that I get out of it. And I'm not going to just let somebody come in and steal that from me. I'm not going to just give handouts left and right that'll hold me back. No. I'll gladly tell somebody what it takes to achieve their goals, but I'm not going to take my time, my means, to make sure that their goal will get accomplished. Not where it's going to hinder me. Can't let that happen. I refuse to let that happen. I will not let somebody else hold me back. I will not let somebody else dictate what can and can't be done in my life. I'm not going to let somebody hold me back from my goals, my achievements. No, not going to happen. There's nobody mentally strong enough, physically strong enough, or any of that to hold me back. Don't care what they think they have to offer. They're not going to hold me back. Ever. I'm not going to hold myself back from it. Because I know that I'm the only one that can hold myself back from something. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going forward. I'm accomplishing what I want done. Always going to. Because it's been done repetitively, consistently, for so long that I know I'm the only one that could stop me. I'm the only one that can make it happen. I choose to make it happen. You have to choose to make it happen for yourself. Are you willing to make that choice? Are you willing to build yourself and put in that effort? It's all on you. For you. Others might get something out of it as well. The ones that you want to. But you have to do it for yourself. There's no motivation like what there is to push yourself. There's no reward like what it takes and what gets done from you pushing yourself. It's the best thing there is. Best thing there ever be. That's the truth. It's that simple. You have to push yourself. You have to build that mentality. Nobody's going to do anything for you. It's guaranteed. Other people will try to drag you back down. Try to keep you in their pit of nothing, where they're not going to accomplish anything with their life because they think that they can't. Without somebody intervening, something fierce. But don't let them drag you back down. Their misery loves company. You can't be part of that. You got to distance yourself from that madness. That mindset's just going to hold them back, and it can drag some other people down. You can't let that grab a hold of you. That's like some monster trying to grab a hold of your leg and drag you back towards that pit. Nope. And they might not be doing it on purpose. They just don't know any better. Don't hold it against them. But don't give into it. And don't linger with it. If you have to, distance yourself from that. And if you're tough enough, then you can be around it and not let it hold you back and still move forward with what you got to do. But not everybody's tough enough for that. That takes a whole different type of level for that mindset. But once again, anybody's capable of building that type of mindset as well. Can you sit there and listen to somebody being negative and horrible to you the whole time and tune it out and know that you're going to accomplish what you want to? Hopefully you can. Hopefully you will, if that's the case that you're in. Don't let somebody else hold you back. They have no control over you. Don't hold yourself back because you deserve better. You're capable of doing better. I know I've went on and on for almost an hour now, but I really can't say it enough that it's on you. It's always going to be. Always has been. But you're capable of doing anything. This much I know because, like I said, if anybody else has done it, then everybody can do it. Put in that effort. Put in that work. Build that foundation. Make something happen. Build your mindset. Kick ass and take names and build the best you that you can do. And build everything that you want because you're capable of doing it. You're capable of doing anything. Absolutely anything. I hope you're getting mad enough to want to do something. I hope you're getting tired of not having what you want, to where you're going to actually start doing something and start building that foundation and start doing what it takes. Are you mad enough? Are you hungry enough? Are you just going to sit around and wait? You damn well better not. Those times are done. Sitting around and waiting. There's no time for that. Get to work. Put a list together. Make something happen because you can and you deserve it. So get to it and make it happen. Make it happen. And then you'll be saying next goals, next business move, next achievement, next. Knock it down, get to work. Don't be wasting more time. Don't you waste any more time. Get to making it happen. Build yourself. Now get to work. There's no more time waiting. No more time. Get to it.